Hey guys, it's TFR back in with another video. Today we're going to be covering the Floyd Mayweather versus Logan Paul fight. Sorry I took like a 2 week break. I'll have the Double or Nothing and NBA Playoff second round video posted sometime later this week. But today we're going to be covering the Floyd Mayweather versus Logan Paul fight. It's very interesting. There's a lot of criticism to it, but we're going to talk about it. Let's get into it. Alright, so it started with the walkout. So Paul walked down looking very, what's the nicest way to put it? A little bit crazy. He looked like he thought he could win. Floyd came down and he looked confident as he should. They listed some sponsors and then they did the tail of the tape. I didn't know this, but Logan's actually half a foot taller than Floyd. Um, so then for the first round, they just basically squared up for like nearly half of it with no punches. But then Paul at the end of the first round actually went off on Mayweather and he actually took a bunch of shots. He didn't hit that many punches with skill. And then that was the first round. Sorry that this isn't going to be very in depth. It really won't be. But yeah. So then we had the second round. Mayweather finally got a bit of offense in, but then Logan started taking shots, but basically none of them connected. And then I know that that's called clinching, but they basically looked like they were hugging for the majority of the round. And then the second round ended. So then we had the third round. So in the crowd we saw Matt Barnes, I'm pretty sure it was. But before it started, they hugged somewhere before being pulled apart. They did it again, and they went into the ropes, and they were basically hugging for the entire round. But then Floyd got a body shot or two during it, and the round finished. So you can see the common theme here. So then we were in the fourth round. So Floyd started punching, but then they got back into a hug. Logan got a shot or two, and then they got into slightly higher gear. They fought into the corners once or twice, I'm pretty sure, but that was basically the round. Nothing special happened this round either. We were in the fifth round. Logan got some shots. Floyd got him in the corner, but then Logan had him in the corner. Floyd looked a little bit more intense, but he missed some shots. And so this was when we got to see a bit of a shift in sort of pace and intensity for the match, but it wasn't really crazy yet. It was round 5 though. So that was it. We're at round 6. So Logan was in the corner, but he held his ground, finally got out, and he pushed Mayweather to the ropes. And they hugged a little bit more, and Mayweather got back on the attack before the end of the round. So now it got a little bit competitive, it was interesting, and that was the end of the round. So now we're at round 7. Mayweather was on the ropes, and then he almost backed Logan into a corner, and then he did for a bit, and got himself, but then he got himself on the ropes. He was on the ropes, and Paul punched him in the face. That was a pretty vicious shot, I saw, but yeah, that was. And then not much else happened that I took note of, and yeah, that was the end of that round. So then we have the eighth round of Paul versus Mayweather. I should mention if a fight goes the full 8 rounds, in an exhibition there are no judges, so then it's just a draw. So Paul was on the attack and they were staring each other down. Logan was attacking way more than Floyd. He had some opportunities that nothing happened, and then he got desperate. He went for Floyd in the ropes, but he couldn't knock Floyd out. I thought that Floyd would actually be able to knock Logan out at that point, but he couldn't. And then Logan started gloating a little as time expired, and the fight was over. Floyd said, "Oh, I can't box like I'm 21," and Logan said, "No one expected me to do this," or something along those lines, right? So yeah, that was a fight in a draw. Probably made hundreds of millions, and it ended in a draw. So that was the fight. My thoughts on it are that it was interesting. Some people are saying it's rigged. The evidence for this is that um, apparently in the fourth round there was some clip that showed that Floyd actually did knock out Logan Paul, but it was something weird, like he knocked out Logan Paul, but he held him up. The second piece of evidence is that apparently Floyd barely broke his sweat during the match, and during the post-match fight conference, he talked a lot about money. And on top of that, leading to our third point, apparently he made like 40 million, whereas Logan Paul only made 20 million off this fight, which is a lot of money to go to a draw. So yeah, so that was the video. If you guys like this content, make sure you like, subscribe, share, do everything you can. I appreciate all your support. I will have my double or nothing and NBA playoff prediction videos up next week or sometime this week. And so yeah, peace.